Hello, boys and girls. I know you thought you could get rid of me, but I'm still here. I'm in your computer. Okay, we're going to check the front of this worksheet. So you need to get a checking pen and a highlighter. You can pause this while you go get that. All right, I'm assuming you're back with your highlighter and your checking pen. So go ahead and highlight your title, simple subjects and predicates. You know that we are working on sentences and sentence fragments. So hopefully you read the top here when you completed this. But just to review, a sentence is a group of words that expresses a complete thought. They're saying it has two parts, a subject and a predicate. I always say it's got three parts. It's got to be a subject, which is a noun, which is a person, place, or thing that the sentence is about. Predicate, which is a verb. There are two different types of verbs. You can either have an action verb, which is something that you do, or state of being verb, and there are 8 of those. You will have a quiz on that on Friday. So I'm just going to review. Those are am, is, are, was, were, be, being, and been. So you need to repeat that a few times until you have it memorized. Am, is, are, was, were, be, being, been. State of being verbs. Am, is, are, was, were, be, being, been. Please do not confuse were with where. Okay, that is probably my biggest pet peeve. People put WHERE. Where is a place. It's not a verb. So, am, is, are, was, were, be, being, been. You will be quizzed on that on Friday. Anyway, back to the worksheet. So we need to complete this worksheet. It says we were supposed to underline the simple subject, which is the noun that the sentence is about, and circle the simple predicate, which is the verb that the subject is doing. All right, so that's what we're going to do. Get my underlining tool here. Number 1, the students researched gravity. So we have a couple of nouns there. We have students, they're people. Gravity is a thing. So you have to ask yourself which one actually did the action in the sentence. Who or what is the sentence about? Well, here it's about the students. Okay. For your predicate, you ask yourself, what did they do? They researched. Okay. So check that, fix it if it is incorrect. You're going to hear a bunch of noise because Mr. Gregory just got home, but anyway. Okay, next one, number 2, Frank found a website about it. Couple of nouns. We have Frank as a person, a website as a thing, it is a pronoun that's repeating what the word website is. It's replacing it. So you have to say which one is the sentence about, which one actually did something here. Well, that subject would be Frank. That's your subject. And then for your predicate, you would ask yourself, what did Frank do? Well, he found a website about it. Ask yourself, is that a complete thought? Frank found a website about it. Yep, it makes sense. It's a complete thought. It's an independent clause. Number 3, we have the teacher read the website aloud. Teacher is a noun. It's a person. Website is a thing, so that is also a noun. Which one did the action? Our subject is the teacher. Okay. Predicate is, what did they do? They read. It's an action verb. And we ask ourselves, is it a complete thought? The teacher read the website aloud. Makes sense on its own. Independent clause. It is a sentence. All right. Number 4, he asked for an example of gravity. We have he is a pronoun. Okay. Could be replacing the teacher maybe. Example is a noun. It's a thing. And then gravity is also a thing. So we have 3 nouns. Which one actually did something here? Subject is he. What did he do? That's our action verb. He asked. Is it a sentence? Is it an independent clause? He asked for an example of gravity. Makes sense on its own. It is a sentence. Next one, Katie raised her hand. Katie's a person. Hand is a thing. Which one's doing something? Katie. What did she do? She raised her hand. There's your predicate. It is a complete thought, independent clause. The class had lots of examples in mind. Class is a noun, it's a thing. Examples are things. Mind is a thing. Believe it or not. All right, which one actually did something here? That would be the class. What did they do? They had lots of examples in mind. You can actually have something. It is a complete thought, independent clause. It is a sentence. Suddenly, Alice sat down on the floor. Alice is a person. Floor is a thing. Which one's doing something? Which one is the who or what that the sentence is about? It's about Alice. What did she do? She sat. There's your predicate. Is it a complete thought? Suddenly, Alice sat down on the floor. Is an independent clause. It stands on its own, and it makes sense. Number 8, everyone in the class clapped at Alice's example. All right, this one's a little bit harder. We have everyone is a noun. They're people. Class is a thing. Alice is a person. And the example is also a thing. So we have 4 nouns here. So you have to ask yourself, who or what is the sentence about? Which one actually did something here? Is it everyone that clapped? In the class that clapped. That is a little bit tricky. Well, who or what clapped? You could kind of say, well, the class clapped. That's a little bit harder. It's actually everyone is your noun. In the class is something called a prepositional phrase that we will learn about later. Let me see if I can put a parentheses there. In the class just tells more about everyone. Okay. It is actually everyone is your subject because everyone is clapping. Predicate is clapped. Is it a complete thought? Is it a sentence? Everyone in the class clapped at Alice's example. Makes sense on its own. So you are done. We will go over numbers 9 and 10 together later on. But what I would like for you to do now is to flip over your paper and complete the back. Thank you, boys and girls. Have fun.